That's my best advice, I think. And snip off their heads and eat them. Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Emma, these are my allotment diaries. It's getting a little bit windy out there, so I hope you can hear me okay. These are my allotment diaries. I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button just below if you're new and you like my diaries and you want to follow along and you won't miss a video. If you just go below and hit subscribe, that's all it takes. So I've come down to my allotment plot this morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning and I just wanted to get some headspace really. I don't have any like particular jobs to be doing here. I just felt like I wanted to come down and just chill out for a little bit really and be around nature and snails and slugs and stuff. Sometimes I feel like that. I don't know if you're the same. Sometimes I feel like being with the snails. So I'm starting my vlog at the other end of my plot today. This is my polytunnel. I thought I would come and check on my tomatoes and see how they're doing. None of them so far are turning red, which is a little bit unusual for this time of year. Normally at this time of year I've got a few ones sort of starting to go orangey red. This year nothing. I think it's a lack of sun. I think we've had so much cloud and rain in the UK that there's not been enough sun to turn them red, but I might be wrong. I probably am wrong because I don't really know. I mean, they're all looking absolutely fantastic. The shape of these ones is insane. It's amazing, and the plants are really healthy. There's no sign of blight on them or anything awful. These ones here are looking really good as well, like a really nice shape. I think these are Gardener's Delight. They're looking fantastic, and I've got more growing up here as well. And like I said, the plant looks really good. No sign of blight or anything nasty on them. So it's just a matter of waiting for them to turn red, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a sunlight problem because I have been feeding them and the leaves are very nice and green. I reckon it's a sunlight problem and they've not had enough sunlight hitting them. Because you know, sometimes if you pick a green tomato and you put it on a warm sunny windowsill, they turn red. I think it's the sun that does it. What makes me think that? I know, I had 2 and 2 together. I'm very smart. Yeah, and I reckon it's just there's not just been enough sunlight. Luckily, as I'm speaking, the sun is coming out. It's literally coming out as I'm speaking. It's like it can hear me. So yeah, hopefully with a bit more sun, they'll start to turn red. One of my worst nightmares is putting these gloves on and there being an insect or a spider in there or something. Everyone always says, why don't you just keep them in your shed or in a box or something? I know, but I forget. I just forget every time and then I panic when I put them on. It's just, I think there's a stick in there or something. It's just a stick, thank goodness. Building works going on today, so whenever I don't know what to do at my plot, I always just resort to weeding. You have to do it regularly, you have to do it often, little and often, and then it keeps it under control. I know it's really boring, I hate it too, but just taking that bit of time just to go around and just pick the worst of the weeds and just keep things under control, or even just hoe over something or chop something down, makes a massive difference, particularly at this time of year. So if you don't know what to do, just start weeding. That's my advice. That's my best advice, I think. Am I allowed to have just a teeny tiny little bit of a moan? Would you just excuse me if I just complained about something for 1 minute? So I noticed that some lovely people from the council came along and they actually cleared the main path of all the weeds and stuff. It's sort of their duty to do this, to maintain all the pathways and weeds and stuff. So they've sort of come along here with these machines and chopped all this down. But you know what they've left? They've left this path here, which is sort of between my allotment plot and his allotment plot. They've just left it and just not done it. Why have they not done it? All down there is done, right? All the way to the end down there, so you can walk down there really nice with your wheelbarrows and stuff. And then all down here hasn't been done, and this is definitely a pathway, and it's definitely a communal pathway. Anyway, thank you for letting me have a moan and indulging me in that, because it is like one of their only jobs. Do you know what I mean? and they're very hard to get in contact with if anything goes wrong, and they're very difficult getting back to you and all the rest of it. So the least that they could do is just go down there. It's taken 2 bleeding minutes, and I haven't got a little power strimmer thing. So anyway, we're all allowed to have a moan every now and again. That was my one. Compost heap is not looking so good anymore. It was looking really good about 3 months ago before everything started growing, and then for some reason it just started becoming really overgrown. I'm putting my foot up here like this because I keep getting stung by stinging nettles on my ankle and it really hurts. I don't know how good this compost is in here. I mean, I guess it's not too bad, is it? I mean, technically I could end up with some good compost in here. Oh god, there's red ants! Oh, bloody red ants everywhere. Oh, they're swarming it. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Red ants biting me. It's not stinging nettles, it's red ants. Ow. It wasn't stinging nettles stinging me, it was red ants biting me. This whole compost thing is filled up with red ants. Absolutely swarming with them. I don't know if you can see them, I don't want to get too close to them. They're all over the sides, they're all in it. They're absolutely everywhere. Absolute monsters they are. Red ants have just swarmed this year, haven't they? I think it must be something to do with the weather conditions. They have just flourished. I've got about 4 red ant nests on my plot. My whole compost bin is now covered in them. Absolute nightmares they are. Absolute nightmares. I don't know if they do anything good for the garden. I assume they do, but they don't do anything good for my legs. I brought some peas with me today. Why, I hear you say. I know, why. So I was filming a video earlier last week about what to sow in August time, and one of the things that I saw kept coming up was like the salad crops that you can sow in early spring, you can also kind of sow in August time, so in like early autumn. So like for example radishes, spring onions, mizuna, fast growing lettuces, like all these things can be sown in spring and also early autumn. So I thought, why not peas? Why not peas? So peas can be sown between February and May. They take about 4 months to give you a harvest, but you don't have to harvest peas. You can actually harvest small pea shoots and put them into, oh my god, is that a spider on my head? No, sorry. I'm a bit jumpy now since the red ants. You can actually harvest the shoots of a pea, so when they get to about that big you can pick them and eat them in a salad, and they're really delicious. I buy pea shoots from the shop and they're really expensive but really good. My rabbit also loves them as well. I mean, they're so delicious and sweet and soft and easy to eat. They're just lovely, lovely, lovely crop. So if I sow it now, so we're in sort of like what, mid-August, if it takes 4 months to become a pea, then it stands to reason that it takes about 2 months to become a small plant. So I reckon by sort of end of September, mid-October, I should have some pea shoots to harvest if I sow them now. So I'm going to sow them now. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and get some pea shoots later in the year. Why not? If we have a good sort of September, early October, this should work. This should be genius. Let's try it. Today. Right, I'm going to sow them in the polytunnel for no reason other than I've decided I'm going to sow them in the polytunnel, and that's where they're going to go. So I'm going to do it in this little row just in front of my tomatoes. I think what we'll do, because we're not sowing them as peas, so for peas, you know, they need structure and they need to climb up something and all the rest of it, because we're just growing them for a crop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scatter them almost like we're sowing them in like a seed tray. Do you know what I mean? I want a little crop of them, like it's grass, like it's a bush, like it's just a pot of something, and then I can just grab them all and snip off their heads and eat them. It sounds ruthless because it is. I'm literally going to grow these and give these life, chop off their heads and eat them. So I just want to scatter them around, really. The mice here are going to love these. Mice love peas. Just a few more. I can hear the mice already. They're like, dinner's up, guys. You see how I've just scattered them like this? So I just want them all coming up like a salad, like a ready-made salad. Right, cover them over. Nothing else, we've fed the mice. That's how you got to think. Back down, a bit of water. A bit of water too while you're here. We'll stick some here too, if you can hear me over the power tools. I'll stick some down here. Look at all the whitefly flying. It's like snow, or as my daughter said, like dandruff. It's quite magical really, it's quite magical, look. See them all flying. Look at them all. It's snowing whitefly. It's snowing whitefly. Oh look, it's snowing. Snowing whitefly. How lovely. Look at all of these, look. All eating everything. Right, it's enough flying, it's enough flying. Don't like things flying around me. Right, scatter some peas here. We're just going to mix them in like that. Not doing it properly because it'll work fine like that. I don't know if it will work fine like that. I mean, if you say it, sometimes it does. We'll just water them in. It's always good to experiment with things, you know. I know it says like plant it in early spring, but what if you planted it in late summer? What's going to happen? I don't think we'll get peas, but I do think we'll get some little pea shoots, so it's worth whacking in. You know, the weather's a bit cooler now and stuff, sort of. I think they'll do okay. Gosh, there's so many whitefly. Can't get over it. Are they bad or good? They don't seem bad. They don't really seem to do anything disruptive, other than sort of sit there and then fly about when I shake them. That's all they seem to do. It's a very easy life to be a whitefly. Very easy life. Look at that. It's flying. And then they just all settle back down again. And I shake them up and they'll fly. That's the most excitement they'll have all year, me shaking them up like that. This is my mibuna, not mispuna, mibuna, that I planted in with my kids beginning of last week, I think. It's already come up. The 2 rows of it have already come up. It's amazing at this time of year how quickly stuff comes up. Look, not even just a little bit of it, like the whole blooming row, like every single seed that we scattered. And then there's another row of it just over there, which I think you can see. And then I have got some carrots still growing that survived. I don't think I've got any new carrots coming up because I did sow some more in, but we live in hope. We always live in hope for carrots. One year we will get carrots. But yeah, it is great at this time of year how quickly seedlings come up. And then down here I've got my radishes still coming up really strong, really happy. Just so quickly, it won't be long before we're harvesting these. Either side I've got some spring onion, but they're not coming up yet. But the radish, amazing. Right, last job of the day before I go home is I'm going to harvest some of these beautiful apples from my neighbour's apple tree, which is hanging right over my plot. So I have asked you guys, and I've also asked quite a few fellow plot holders here, what I should do about the apples and if I can pick them, and everyone's just saying yeah, just pick them, because the thing is, firstly, it's just hanging right over my allotment plot. So it's literally hanging over my cornflowers, and they're all dropping down, and as you can see I'm the one having to clear them all away, and all the wasps come and get them. But the fact that so many are dropping shows me that he's really just not picking them. Look, he hasn't picked any of them at all, so I'm going to pick them. I just think it's better that someone's eating them rather than no one's eating them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm going to pick some, and that will be compensation for having to pick all these dead apples up as well. Not that I'm petty like that, I'm not petty. I'm just saying it as it is, you know. Oh, hello. I thought you were around here somewhere. I haven't got any worms for you though. Shall I go and find one? There's a worm on there, on my glove. Oh God, hang on. There. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't think I actually want you to come onto my hand. I'm a little bit scared. But there's a worm there. Somebody said if I put worm on my hand he might come and eat, and then he flew down and I absolutely freaked out. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I got a bit scared. Sorry. Apparently with an apple, if you just twist it and it comes off like that, it's ready to pick. Too many, because firstly they're not mine, and secondly I don't know what they taste like or anything, I'm not sure. They look really good, don't they? They look really nice. So these are the ones that have just sort of come off in my hand, so I'm just gonna take them home, wash them up, have a little try of them and see what they're like. Why not, you know? But yeah, I haven't taken too many, as you can see. I hope you've enjoyed my vlog today. If you have, do subscribe to my channel. I will be back again in my next vlog. See you then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.